All right, so we're going to learn how to use Adobe Illustrator, and there's just a ton. It's the hardest program, and I'm starting you with it, but it's actually great for making shapes and things like that. So we're going to start with it. The very first thing I want to do, though, is talk about the pen tool, because in the video you saw about anchor points and Bezier curves and things like that. So I have the pen tool selected. You don't have to have Illustrator up yet. But what you have to note is that with this pen tool, see these little points here, and let me close this tool, that shape. So here we are, and so notice, right, I have this anchor, and notice there's no handles, because if I just click, it makes sharp angles. Now that's very different than if I click and hold and drag. You see that now I'm making a round shape because you have these handles that go in and out. And that's the whole basis of this. Now, another thing you need to know about Illustrator is that it's a two-handed program. And by that, I mean you have to use your mouse or trackpad and modifier keys, right? So if I want to hold the Shift key, usually constrains to 45-degree angles. Various other keys will do other things if I start pressing other keys. That's what you need to know. So before you even launch Illustrator, I want you to go to this, and I'll put the link right under this video, this Bezier game. Now, I believe this only works in Google Chrome, but this will give you some look into how the pen tool works in a funny little, not fun, semi-fun little game here that will show you just the basics of using the pen tool. So I want you to go ahead and try to do this up until there's a car at some point, and you'll see that this one asks you to hold the Shift key so that you constrain to 45-degree angles. This one's a little tougher. This is the one people start really getting stuck on, because you have to actually pay attention to which way you're pulling the handles here. You don't want to pull it down. You actually want to pull it up, release, pull it right, release. So notice what I'm doing. I'm pulling in the direction that it should keep going, because remember, one of these handles is input, one of these handles is output. And basically just getting it, and you could hold Shift so that it completely gets around. And then when we get to the heart, you pull down, the opposite way. Once you hit Option, you're decoupling these two things from being connected to each other, and bring that one to that. Same thing. It's kind of like airplane controls. You're pulling the opposite way, hit Option to decouple them, bring that and there. And then this car is for you to do on your own.